What's up? What's up? All right. So, if you're a fan of Transformers, if you're a fan of GI Joes, the Image Comics has this thing by Robert Kirkman, the dude who made Walking Dead, called the Energon universe. And I think I might have talked about it before, but it keeps getting better. It started with the series called Void Rivals, which you might be like, what the fuck is that? It's such a random thing. It's these two people on the space shuttle that, like the space station, that's like a circular thing, and half is one species and half is the other species, and these two rivals end up in like the Midlands together, and they hate each other. Obviously, their people are at war. They're trying to kill each other, and they're forced to work together to try to survive. And it has so many twists and turns that is just genius. You can't help but love that comic book series. And it has some loose tie-ins, starting with episode 1 with Transformers. The current issues have a lot more tie-ins with Transformers. So it's clearly like they're setting the stage for bigger things to come. The last episode I read had Hot Rod in it, which is one of my favorite Transformers, going back to the old show, from Transformers the movie. You know, the good movie, the cartoon. But then they branched out to the Transformers comic book, which has been great. Very, very similar ground that you would expect, but done in a unique and different way. And I mean, it's a light spoiler, but they sidelined Megatron starting off. So you start with Starscream as the head of the Decepticons, and it goes about as well as you expect. And so that's been going on this thing. And then at the same time, they started Cobra Commander and Duke, and they had their own miniseries setting up who these guys are. And there's no, like, the Cobra stuff is not controlled by Cobra Commander. He's just a dude who works for this Cobra cult, but it's laying the groundworks for Cobra to be formed. Duke is on the run from the government, but it's also laying the groundworks for G.I. Joe to come. And those miniseries were great. And now they have new ones about halfway through both of these. One for Destro, and showing him building the robotic army that will be like the main foot soldiers of Cobra, and the resources of Cobra, and his connections with Cobra Commander. And then Scarlet. And Scarlet has introduced a lot of different aspects that are clearly, if you know anything about G.I. Joe lore, going to set that up. And so I think after these two miniseries are done, we'll finally get the G.I. Joe comic itself. It's just so well done and so exactly what you would want from all of these different properties, and putting it together in a way that it's fresh. Like, if you ever like, I want to be in a comic book universe on the ground floor, this is your chance. It's not too far gone that you can't get caught up. And it's so brilliantly done that I think you can't help but enjoy it. But check it out. Give us legends.